We're on a mission to rid the world of bad video.
Bye-bye.
This is the DV Show.
Target in range.
Bad video sucks.
All right, welcome to another edition of the DV Show Live. My name is Brian, as you all know, because I've been here every single day starting the week in 2024. And I'm so glad that you have joined me today to hang out again to talk about video production. And the topic all of this week was basically video pros and networking. We're talking about networking, and this post that I put up in the Video Editors Forum on LinkedIn, and we'll go through that in just a moment. But if you haven't been following us all of this week, that's what we're talking about. There is a poll on the Video Editor Forum on LinkedIn, and it was kind of devastating in a way. Kind of devastating, I have to say. So we put a poll up, in case you're joining us today on this Friday, we got 1,195 votes. And we asked almost 200,000 people, almost 200,000 users in the Video Editors group, what was the most important topic for them in 2024? And as you can see, that finding editing jobs was the top one, 61% to be exact. Learning new techniques was 22%. Live networking was 5%. Building a client list was 13%. And all week long, we were just I wanted to just drill into you that networking as a video professional is so important. And it really bugged me that 61% of the participants in that poll who voted wanted to find editing jobs. That was the most important topic for them in 2024. But the live networking part was lacking with only 5%. 5%. I just didn't understand it. So we've been drilling into your head all week long that networking is so important in order to have everything else work. So if you're networking and you are talking to friends or talking to new people or going online or going in person, finding editing jobs is going to be a heck of a lot easier. Learning new techniques is going to be a lot easier, and building a client list is going to be a lot easier. So networking is so important. We talked to Julie Loken from Creative Con. She is having an event in February, which I'm attending. It's a networking event of all creative people that I'm going to. And I cannot stress how important networking is. So today, on this edition of the DV Show Live, I'm going to talk about what I use for online network. I know when COVID happened, businesses slowed down. There was not a lot of physical interaction, and everyone just kind of hovered to the online world, into the digital world, digital realm, and it was awesome. So today I'm going to share with you some networking platforms that really got me ahead as a video professional. I have about 6 of them that I want to share with you today on the DV Show podcast. But before I get into that, I want to talk about finding editing jobs, which was 61% of you, which is very important. I don't want to bash any one of you for deciding to vote 61% on finding editing jobs, but I do want to tell you that I did design a website as of last year. And I've always been wanting to do this ever since the inception of the DV Show podcast, because everyone wants to get a job in the video editing world, and it's so important to do. So what I did was took my own money, I took my own time, I got a team of developers, and we designed this website called fastergig.com. Now, not only is it a job board for video professionals, but it's also a method that helps you get remote video editor jobs 10 times faster. And the method is absolutely amazing, and it does work, and you should check it out. So not only do we have jobs on this website, but we have a method that will help you get the jobs that we list on here 10 times faster. We have a whole bunch of tips, tricks, and techniques on our website. And what's really cool about this is that we have partnered up with an anonymous recruiter in the video industry. And what she does is give us jobs in addition to the ones that we find online. She gives us jobs that are basically hidden from the rest of you and um, video editor jobs, basically. So we have jobs from her. We scroll the web for video editing jobs, and we have what's called our big lists. And last week, or actually this week, we have the big list of 100 hiring managers who are hiring right now. So if you're looking for a video editor job, Faster Gig is the place to go. It really is. I mean, we have, if you are a member of Faster Gig, you are benefiting from all the services on here. If you're not, go ahead and sign up. It's for free. We have these big lists all the time. Like we scroll the web for hiring managers who are looking for video editors. Now, these are the people who want projects done really, really quickly. So what they basically do is they list these jobs on LinkedIn, or they list them on Facebook, and you're never going to find them on job boards. They're hidden. So we have these little bots that go out and find these jobs for all of our subscribers on fastergig.com. So you want to sign up for this, really. So let me get into some of the jobs that we are offering here. So finding jobs, we update this every Sunday, every week, every Sunday. And normally there's 700, 800, 1,000 jobs in here, but some of them expire, of course, because they go quickly. So right now we have 143 jobs that are waiting for you to apply. Now, these are not scam jobs. These are real people giving real jobs, video editing positions for you, the video professional. Now, as we grow this, there's going to be more creative positions on here, but right now it's strictly for video editors. And it was basically built for all of the video editors in the video editor group on LinkedIn. And it has a lot of subscribers right now. So it's absolutely great. I highly recommend going to fastergig.com. All right, so now that we got all of that out of the way, I want to talk about networking again. And the topic all this week was talking about you, the video professional, and networking. Now, you guys and gals, you do not like to network. I know it's hard to go out there in front of people and, expose yourself and become vulnerable. And some of us don't like small talk or just water cooler chat. It's a hard thing, but I have to tell you, one quote that I'm going to take out of this entire week, as far as talking about video pros and networking, is whatever is hard to do is what will give you the most success, or you will benefit mostly from. So networking is hard. Digital networking on LinkedIn, physical networking is hard. It's cumbersome. Sometimes, some networking events I go to, I'm like, why the hell did I just waste my time here? And I just walk away and I didn't get anything out of it. It's disappointing sometimes. But the hardest things are what is going to make you most successful. So you got to do those hard things. And networking is one of them. All right. So on this very quick Friday edition live version of the DV Show podcast, I'm going to share with you some of the networking platforms that I have found very successful online. And I've met a lot of people, and I've got business from these individuals. I've made money from these individuals just by networking. And there's one really, really cool one that I want to share. It's called, just at the top of my list, is called HNP. It's the Happy Neighborhood Project. Let me blow this screen up a little more. So, the Happy Neighborhood Project has this worldwide event. And I remember during COVID that I was pretty much traveling around the world virtually. So I, at 2 o'clock, went to Canada. I went to Europe at 11. I went to Florida at 10. I went to Australia at 8 p.m. I went to Asia at 9:30. I went to Hawaii at 3. This was one of the best networking platforms on the web, and it's so well organized, and there's so many people. I actually went in last night to this book lovers one, and I don't know if it was here, but it was a book lovers. And what great people in there! I mean, honestly, you're networking with some super people who are. They were just like flabbergasted with questions like, "Why do you need a book trailer?" And I answered tons of questions. So this is one of the best online networking platforms there is. It's called HNP. The Happy Neighborhood Project is what it's called. And it's all free. And they have this worldwide event today happening at 2 o'clock. So when I'm done with this live edition of the DV show, I am going to go to the worldwide main event and start networking. Now, this is one of the top ones that I have benefited from immensely. And it's all on Zoom. And I absolutely loved it. So networking is so important. All right, so let's take a look at another one here that has been absolutely phenomenal, especially during it still is, and especially during these times today. It was awesome during COVID as well. The rooms got very busy, and there was tons of people. So it was an online networking platform that has made me very successful. And networking is so important. And I see my friend Carlos Heredia. He agrees 100%. Networking is number one. It's the top thing that you need to do in order to get your name out there. It's not just about putting yourself on social media. It's just not calling people up, sending cold emails, hiding behind your computer. It's networking. It takes a certain personality to do it, and it's absolutely necessary. So, just so you know, you can interact with me here. I love your comments. I love hanging out with you. I love when you guys engage and interact with me. I absolutely love that. And if you are bold enough to come into my studio, you can actually come in on this live stream by scanning that QR code with your smartphone. So if you're watching on a desktop, you can come in and comment and agree with me, disagree with me. Tell me about your networking experiences. Tell me about your non networking experiences. Tell me about whatever. You can come up and you can talk to me and come into the studio and come right here in this live stream. I just want to let you know that I'll pop that up every once in a while if you're interested. Otherwise, you can also just go in the comments and engage. All right, so let's get back to website number two, platform number two, that is a great place for video people or just professionals in general to start networking. Now, I have to tell you, I was the only video professional in the Happy Neighborhood Project that pretty much sucked up all the business and all the need that every single person in there had for video. And that was during COVID. That was pretty much the time when we needed video to communicate. So everyone in there knew that. I was the only video professional in there. I had no competition and I got all the business. So Happy Neighborhood Project was that number one website. And number two is Network After Work. I absolutely love Network After Work. These guys are phenomenal. The community is ginormous. They're very engaged. They're all over the place. They always have virtual events at least 2, 3 times a month. And when COVID was around, they had it even more, but they still continue. And the community is giant. So if you go into the member community here and you kind of log in, you can get access to the entire community. But the network after dark or network after work, sorry, I always think I always think that, but it's Network After Work, which was another phenomenal platform to be involved with for networking. So if you're a video professional, so far we have Happy Neighborhood Project and we have Network After Work. And it's so important to network. There's no other way to get business unless you network. All right. Website number three. Okay. So, website number three is called Startup Nation. Okay. So, let's blow this up. Startup Nation community. This is a very active community. They had tons and tons and tons of live virtual events and articles. And basically, this community is a bunch of entrepreneurs looking to increase their business. And guess what? When a video professional was in the room with them, guess what happened? Oh, I wonder what happened when a video professional was in there. Everyone went to the video person, and that was me. So, Startup Nation community is website number three as far as networking goes as a video professional. Now, if you're shy and you don't want to show up on camera, you don't have to go in and listen. And I'm sure when somebody says video, I need a video, you're going to hop right to it. I guarantee you. So, these are some websites that we're going through talking about networking as a video professional. All right, so online networking, actually. Now, I'm going to mention the obvious here, of course. Everyone knows about this one. It's called Eventbrite. And Eventbrite has all sorts of events online, networking events. They have speaker series. They have sometimes TEDx speakers coming in on here. And you want to target some of the groups that join in here. So here's one that's really, really interesting to me. It's for free. Free Networking Extravaganza 2024. It's almost full, and it looks like this is going to be online, and I'm really interested in going to this. So it looks like a big, giant, actually, there's a cost involved in it, but it says free networking, so maybe that was a mistake. So this is something that I'm going to go to just to kind of get my name in there and talk to some of these people and kind of find out what the deal is with video and if they need video. So the name of this website is called Eventbrite, and you can find a whole bunch of events on here that will relate to what type of videos that you produce. Now, I'm going to go to another one, which is the most obvious. So far we have one, two, three, four, three, and now we're on number four, Meetup. All right, so Meetup, and I have to actually log in here. All right, so let's take a look at Meetup. So Meetup is another website that I highly recommend for online networking. And this is where you will find a whole bunch of meet and greets, chats, groups, tech people, uh, beginners, paranormal. I mean, everything is on Meetup. And I met some really great people on Meetup actually, and it was a lot of fun. I still go to some meetups, and again, I'm the only video dude in these meetups. So I'm probably shooting myself in the foot for this podcast and telling you all of these secrets because now all of the video professionals and people who do video editing are going to show up, and I'm not going to be the only one anymore. You're going to take my business away, but that's okay. That's okay. Eventbrite, that is website number four. And these are the top websites for virtual networking online. All right, so let's go through them again. Let's go through some of these websites again and what we talked about. All right, so we got another comment here in the chat. Johnny is back. Let's see what he's got to say. Johnny, I've had the opposite problem. No issue talking with people. I was an NBC tour guide or networking, and it's getting the callback that seems to be the issue. I know. I know. So, Johnny D, you sound like a very active social kind of guy, and talking with people is not a problem. We were talking about how video professionals in general are not really as social because we like to be in a dark cave and we're normally behind the scenes, and networking is hard for us. And Johnny pretty much says that, you have no problem talking with people, but that callback seems to be the issue. So, you know, this bugs me a little bit when people don't call back. I mean, it's just if they express interest and you have a conversation with them, then you know you expect a call back. And then he says here, Johnny D says, he did all the follow up protocols too, which is normal. You're not going to you're not going to catch the fish every single time, and no one's probably going to call you back. I mean, we sometimes need to go to that next level if I really want business. So and when I'm networking and I get a business card from someone and someone, I make a connection and they express interest and I give them a call. Number one, they don't call back. Number two, the second time they don't call back. Number three, they don't call back. Maybe the third time you kind of just say, all right, these people aren't interested. They were pulling my leg. And then Johnny D kind of says down here too that, it's a weird business. LA is even more weird. My brother lives in Los Angeles, and it's another world over there. It's totally different. It's a totally different environment than what it is here in New England. I'm in the Boston area, so I could just imagine probably, five times. After five times, if they if they don't answer your call, then you really have to kind of chase them down. Johnny D, thanks for your feedback there. All right, so once again, we're going to go through these networking websites, what we just kind of covered, and because that is the topic for today in what we're talking about, video pros and networking. We've been talking about this all week long, and I'm finally going to give you my secret websites. I actually did give you my secret websites for online networking. Number one was the Happy Neighborhood Project, which is an amazing, amazing website. Actually, let's put these websites side by side for me. Happy Neighborhood Project, really, really cool site. You can go pretty much around the world and meet a whole tons of people that need video production, and it's every single day of the week. And actually, there's a worldwide event happening at 2 o'clock that I am registered for, and I will be there as the only videographer. All right, so the second one that I highly recommend networking on as a video professional is Network After Work. The community is amazing. They have really well organized, and so does Happy Neighborhood Project, well organized virtual networking events. It's not just everyone talking, there's topics, there's breakout rooms. You really get to know people, and you really get to sift through people. Number three is Startup Nation. That's a great website to do some virtual networking as a video professional. And of course, you can find your niche or niche, whatever you want to call it. Eventbrite is another great website where you can find a lot of networking events, virtual networking events. And of course, Meetup is the very last one. So that is my formula for online networking. If there's more, feel free to put it in the comments of this live edition. Send me an email. Let me know what you're networking on, if you're networking, and we can actually go from there, because I would love to know other networking platforms, virtual networking platforms that are out there. I would absolutely love to start networking again. That's my resolution for 2024, actually, is to network in person and network online, but it's more fun and easy to network online. All right, that does it for this live edition of the DV Show podcast. Wow, I got through the first week in 2024. Very, very cool. Now, if you want to contact me, like I just said, you can visit us on the web at thedvshow.com, of course. Let me take those captions out there. Find us on YouTube at The DV Show, at Bad Video Sucks on Instagram, at The DV Show on Twitter. I hang out a lot on LinkedIn. That's where it is, Brian W. Alves. And if you want to contact me directly, go to thedvshow.com/Brian, which is cool stuff, right? I know it's cool. We're cool. We're cool here at The DV Show. All right, that does it for another edition. Thanks for joining me. It's so cool hanging out. We'll see you next week with a brand new topic. I think it's going to be AI. We are going to talk about AI. Some cool guests are going to hop on board, and we're going to talk about some cool topics. So we will see you Monday of next week. Thanks for joining me. It's awesome hanging out with you. Talk soon.
Video production just got easier. The DV Show.